Welcome to another edition of High School Game Time. I'm Jude Wilbers alongside our prep expert Doug Ritchie, and the sunshine wasn't the only thing golden this weekend as our area athletes found themselves with an awful lot of gold around their necks at the state track meet.
Yeah, you know, we were talking during the track meet, like, how many state titles are these kids going to win? It was obviously a good thing, and you know, one of the kids that we caught up with, watched it all weekend, Dragster from Wrightstown, unbelievable end of her sophomore year. She's got now 4 state championships. She set some records. After her performances yesterday, I talked to her, a little one-on-one interview with her, and talked about her first 2 years. Can you talk about each of them first? We'll go through the 400, defending that state title. What was going through your mind with that race?
Well, in the 400, I just wanted to run a good race again, maybe try to get in the 56s and just kind of stick with those girls that were ahead of me around that front corner, and at the end just keeping my pace, just to win it. So I was pretty happy with how that went. And then in the pole vault, right away I wanted to win, so that's why I went at 10.9. And then after that, I just wanted to see how high I could get, so I made 12.7.
In the pole vault, obviously last week at sectionals you went 13.3, you go 12.7. Every day's different in that. Did you feel you could get 13.3 today, or was it just not in the cards?
Well, I had run that 400, so I was a little tired out by the time we got to 12.10, so that's why I wasn't really sure. I mean, I really wanted to make it, but just how it went, so.
And then we'll talk about the 100 third place, which you had 5th place last year, so you got better there too.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the 100 is the place you got to improve, but how happy were you with your 100?
I was pretty happy. I mean, my time was better than from last year, so that was very good. But my prelim time was actually better than my finals, so if I would have ran that race, that would have been good. But I'm still pretty happy with getting 3rd.
When you look at your high school career right now, 2 years, 4 state titles, and probably more to come, how do you summarize these first 2 years?
Yeah, they have just been really exciting, and I worked really hard, so knowing that work is paying off is just really great. So I'm just keep working.
Final thing then, I know we're fast forwarding 12 months, but when you look ahead to next year, how important is it to get that 100 and maybe win 3 state titles in one day?
Yeah, that would be awesome. That would make my day. Not that it already hasn't been made, but that would just be awesome.
Something else that was awesome, Alex Fluke of Ashwaubenon on another pole vaulter. Apparently there's something here in the water in northeast Wisconsin.
Yeah, actually, Alex won, Bonnie won in the girls' side. Then we had Preston Perkins from Marinette and Jake Wiedemeyer from Crivets on the boys' side win. Our area got 4 of the 6 titles. Alex Fluke tied a state record with 12.6. And for Ashwaubenon, that's 8 of 12 years now they've won the state title in the pole vault. Alex Fluke knows what she's doing over there.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff, and she talked about it with us after she won the event.
It was crazy. Obviously I wanted to win, but I've known her through the years. She's a great girl, and I wanted her to do good. I wanted her to beat the record, but it just didn't end up that way, and I won, so it feels great. I don't know, it feels so different than last year because it was so neck and neck. It just feels awesome.
Well, that one was neck and neck. Kennedy Blahnik of Algoma had a pretty amazing weekend, winning both the shot put and the discus this weekend, and they were repeats even.
Yeah, and there's nothing neck and neck about when Kennedy starts throwing the shot put and discus. It's all about her, and there's nobody in her class in Division III, and you can make that argument. There's nobody in her class in the state, period.
Yeah, and it was pretty interesting to hear her talk about how comfortable she was with being there at state and on that kind of stage, and she talks about her drive for what she hopes to see the rest of her career.
I really want to do well. My goal ever since I was little was an 8-time state champ, so I'm halfway there. But it feels good, and this is a really good weekend.
Also a good weekend for her brother, Zach Blahnik.
Yeah, Zach's been trying to win the discus for the last 3 years. Finally did it this year after not qualifying for the shot put, which he won the last 2 years. Zach is going to go with South Alabama, and you can see why. He can throw the discus pretty well.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him heave and watch him and Kennedy, root each other on firsthand. And he kind of talked about after he was all done with how this kind of puts the bow on what's been a pretty great career for the Algoma Wolves so far.
Yeah, it's been a goal of mine. Even last year, coming down here is a goal of mine, and didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. And for this season, the way it's gone, and all the ups and downs it's had, it's a good ending to my senior career, my high school career, actually, yeah.
And we've talked about a lot of great individual performances, but we had some great relay performances as well at state.
Yeah, you know, and the thing with the relays is, especially when you get in the 4x100 or even the 4x200, these kids are so fast. It comes down to handoffs, and if you can create the handoff and get that with nothing, you can win it. I saw a meet earlier this year where the handoff wasn't even completed in a regional meet. Well, you don't move on. So it's really crucial in these relays, the handoffs, because everyone's fast when they get to state.
And I got to talk to the guys from LuxemburgCasco. No botched handoffs for them.
Nope.
They won the 4x100 and 4x200, and it was a pretty amazing day for that group of 4 guys.
Saturday, the Spartans even exceeded their own expectations.
The goal was to get to state, first of all. And then we started going through looking at WIA stuff and all that, and then we started getting on podium, and then when we got here, we realized that we actually get first.
The quartet has run together since last year's sectionals, and it showed in a last-minute adjustment that helped them to go.
Yesterday our handoffs were a tidbit slow, and we knew we were running fast here, so we just
Altered that a little bit for today.
Just a little bit because we knew we were going to run fast in this heat, and it worked.
Saturday was an especially emotional day for their head coach Matt Kennard, who's coached the seniors since they were in 7th grade.
Seeing them progress is just awesome. They work so hard in practice, and we kind of came in with a different strategy this year, trying to keep them together, work on some cohesiveness, and I think it really paid off.
For the 4 relay members, it was a day they'll never forget.
Team birthday and 2 gold medals. It's a good day. It's the best one I could ever ask for.
Job well done after 4 years of running. Job well done.
A job well done by those guys, and a job well done by lots of our athletes. A good problem to have. We have so many state champions, we can't even show video of all of them. Tell the folks a little bit more about what we got on fox11online.com.
You know, we got stories on our premier athletes, photo galleries, videos of some of the performances and interviews. And this coming week, obviously, we got baseball, we got softball, we got